Before we get into the politics of how the elections have been shaping up, which is being called as the mother of all elections, take a look at this beautiful montage that we've gotten for you. Brother to brother fight in Vijayawada is the biggest headlines. This is being called the mother of all elections. Andhra Pradesh, which goes to polls on the 13th of May, is going to witness assembly elections as well as Lok Sabha elections. Daggers are drawn. Last leg of campaigning underway. Jagan Mohan Reddy there targeting the Chandrababu Naidu-led TDP, JSP and BJP alliance, which is trying to pulling out every spot and force to come back in full swing. So what is the ground situation? Let me establish that by telling you where I'm at. This is the Prakasham Barrage and this is a beautiful location, a trademark as far as Vijayawada city is concerned. Joining me now is Professor Jyotsna. She's from the TDP side. We're also waiting for the YSRCP guest to join us anytime soon, but because of the campaigning schedule and the last leg of campaigning, we are trying our best to get as many voices as possible. Professor Jyotsna, thank you so much for joining us here. Tell me, how is the situation looking like for your party?
It's looking very good. In fact, I have been a part of many of the campaigning things in most of the districts, whether it is the Nellore or Prakasham or Visakhapatnam or Vijayanagaram. All these places, even Rayalaseema, I should say, absolutely, it's we can see that new wave out there. The enthusiasm in the people out there, the energy in the people out there, they are just clear. They want the NDA government to come in. They want Chandrababu Naidu Garu as the Chief Minister of the state of Andhra Pradesh. They want to see the growth of Andhra Pradesh. They want to see the youth of Andhra Pradesh getting jobs. They want to see the Andhra Pradesh with a capital, the capital city of Amaravati, what we call. So it is very clear that the mood of the people is very clear. They want a people-centric government to come.
Development remains your core pitch here, but yes, what you're also coming up with is this Super 6 scheme that you've announced. But one thing that has caught everybody's attention is there seems to be some discoherence as far as your own alliance partners are concerned, because BJP did not openly endorse your manifesto. Why is that so?
See, that's a wrong statement, I would say, because BJP's representative, Mr. Singh, was there that day.
But he distanced himself.
No, it was not distancing. I'll tell you one thing. See, BJP, in fact, as a central party, they have given their own manifesto for the entire nation. And we as regional parties, whether it is whether it is Teludesham Party or Janasena, we as regional parties here, we have given our manifesto and it has been endorsed by BJP because we are a part of India there. So automatically our national manifesto is a part, this would be a part of that manifesto at all. So that's a very, I think, very subtle thing that's there, and I don't know why too many fingers are pointed out at it, but
that's
Mr. Singh
because
also
the BJP has been very clear that they're against the freebie culture. Your Super 6 scheme that you're promising to the people of Andhra Pradesh is definitely something that you're bankrolling on to win the elections, but as far as BJP is concerned, they have distanced themselves. So is the perception on the ground different?
No, absolutely not. I'll tell you what. We have been, in the NDA alliance in 2014 also. Even before that in 99 also. We have been partners in the NDA alliance. Even then we were, in fact, if you would ask me, we were the pioneers in welfare schemes. Whether we take the 2 rupees rice scheme or whatnot, we were the persons who have initiated. We are the party which has initiated welfare schemes. So even then and now, BJP, when we are in NDA, they have always, been a part of it. Even now, the reason for Super 6 to come out is how the state has suffered in the past 5 years. So we need to first take care of the people of Andhra Pradesh. Then again, simultaneously will take them onto the developmental stride as well. So we can't just simply leave welfare schemes. And on that day, Mr. Singh made it very clear that they are endorsing this particular, manifesto, and they are with this.
Right. So let me take a word from the common public also joined here. Election, how do you see it on the ground?
So it is very clear that people are one-sided and they want to elect YS Jagan Mohan Reddy again, because you just compare with the 2014-19 where Babu was as the chief minister in his tenure and now in the Jagan Mohan Reddy's tenure. So we just compare the manifesto with both the parties. So in 2014 where Babu has told that, so whoever is not unemployed, so we'll be giving 3,000 rupees or somewhere around 2,000 rupees as a scheme called Nirudyog Bhriti. And he told even the farmers, so we'll be giving all the money and we'll be removing all the Runamafi. But he haven't done that also. And now they are coming together. And I just want to tell you one more thing also. So where Jagan Mohan Reddy, he told that in manifesto that he'll be giving YSR Asra Raitu Bharosa, where he is supporting farmers and the students, everyone. He has fulfilled all the promises.
But
and
what about capital? What about job creation?
Yes.
These issues are also something that the public is talking about. How do you resonate with them?
Just think, even yesterday also, the other party, Telugu Desam party president, a member of parliament candidate, Mr. Bharat also told that, so we don't have enough budget. So where our budget is somewhere around 60,000 crore or 70,000 crore. So this is only allocated only for this, manifesto to fulfill the people. But where to build the new manifesto here in Amravati, we don't have anything. We don't have that fund also. Then where we have to bring from? And what they have promised now is Super 6. Super 6 where we have to bring somewhere, the budget is around 1,20,000 crore, where our budget is just 60,000 crore. But from where you will be bringing? So this is something you're manipulating the people and you're giving fake promises.
All right. So let me get in voices for more women. Tell me something. Women are going to be key decisive factor as far as AP elections are concerned. Almost at par with men, I guess more. What do women want this time?
We definitely want to be equal, and I believe TDP will be the party to bring that equality change. As of now, YSRCP has not been giving that much of female-centric schemes. They have given fake promises, but they haven't fulfilled anything.
But what do you have to say about the welfare schemes, particularly like Amma Bodhi, which the YSRCP says has empowered a lot of women at the grassroots level? I am sure, I don't know whether you're a beneficiary holder or something, but I want to particularly gauge your views as a general public and the resident here in Vijayawada. Where do you stand on the issues of welfare schemes?
On the issue of welfare scheme, I would say it is not implemented as they are saying it outside, because I do have friends who are beneficiaries of the scheme and they are not receiving what they should be receiving. Okay. They have even put Disha stations, as he has said, but those are of no use for women protection. In the college I study everywhere. So
okay. So, besides the issue of welfare schemes or bankrolling on the bank of which Jagan Mohan Reddy is going into a re-election, very confident of sweeping to power, and Mr. Chandrababu Naidu with his Super 6. As far as Vijayawada is concerned, very interesting battle playing out over here. It's the sibling rivalry between TDP and the YSRCP. Kesineni Nani versus his brother Kesineni Sivanath. Take a look at how that battle is playing out on the ground. Anjariki Namaskaram. I am coming to you from Vijayawada city at the iconic Prakasam Barrage that stretches across the Krishna River. Now, Vijayawada city is seeing an intense election heat along with the actual heat here. But before we get your voices from the ground, let me state out some facts for you. So, Vijayawada comes under the NTR district, and Vijayawada itself has 3 assembly constituencies: Central, East and West. Central and West were backed by the YSRCP last time around, and East was won by the TDP. won this parliamentary seat. He's a two-time MP from Vijayawada. This time around, he's contesting on a YSRCP ticket following his fallout with TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu. And more importantly, it's going to be a fight between two brothers. It's Kesineni Nani versus his own brother Kesineni Shivanath, who is contesting from the TDP side as part of the alliance candidate. Oh, by the way, don't miss out the famous Kanakadurga temple in my background. This has also paved the way for an interesting contest between you and your brother, who has been given ticket from the TDP side, Shivanath Garu.
Yeah. So see, someone has to contest in every party. So it's not a matter that doesn't matter for me. The people of Vijayawada have seen me for 10 years, 2 terms as an MP. Even in anti-TDP wave, people voted for me.
What's the number that you're giving me?
My CM is targeting every seat. 175. His target, I don't think it's a very abnormal target because the work he has done.
And in the NTR district, which falls under your parliamentary
No,
constituency?
we are winning 7 out of 7. 7 out of 7. We have 7 assemblies in my parliament. We are winning 7 out of 7.
Brother to brother fight in Vijayawada is the biggest headline. So from the TDP side, I have Kesineni Shivanath Garu, popularly known as Chinni Garu here among his followers. First things first, very hot in Vijayawada across your state, but so is the political temperature. How is your campaigning looking like on the ground?
It's very hot in Vijayawada, but politically it's not heat. It's a one-side battle. As an NDA candidate, I am going to win with huge margin. Yesterday, I think you have seen PM Modi's rally with our leader Chandrababu Naidu garu and Pawan Kalyan. And it's a very tremendous rally and a huge gathering was there. And continuously for 1.5 hours people were making slogans in support of India. And it is the response of people over here. Nearly 1.5 to 2 lakh people have attended that rally. So we're going to win with huge margin. So that is the reason why I am saying there is no political heat in Vijayawada. It is a one-sided victory for India candidate.
Your brother now, who's on to the other side, says that all the promises made by TDP, quote unquote, are baseless, and he says that the TDP has done nothing as far as Amravati is concerned. Amravati is not very far from this place where we are here at the moment. Though the TDP says, Janasena and BJP says Amravati will be developed as a capital for the state of Andhra Pradesh, but I want to know how do you respond to the allegations claimed by your own brother that he just sold some lands in Amravati to the rich and the affluent and never thought about the benefits of the farmers?
33,000 acres. All farmers are with Telugu Desam. They are doing agitation from 4 years. He is just sleeping in AC rooms and he is playing golf in Delhi. He doesn't know the actual concern about Vijayawada. He doesn't know. From past 9 years, 9 months, he is with the TDP. He never said a word against TDP. Yeah, and he'll make all baseless allegations because he didn't get any seat from TDP because people are not with him. And one more thing I can clearly say, he never reached to the people. From past 3 years, I have visited 265 villages. I can proudly say, out of 284 villages, the only MP candidate who reached 265 villages is mine. And from past 5 years, he hasn't even visited 10 villages. And throughout Vijayawada, each and every division known by me. And he didn't even visit 5 to 10 times, he didn't visit each division, not even a single division. So I can clearly say he sits in the AC room. He wants the press to get attention of him. So he only to get press attention, he says, see, people of Andhra want Amravati as the capital. Sitting MP of Vijayawada doesn't want the Amravati as capital. What can we say?
The temperature is soaring here in Vijayawada, but so is the election season here. As a voter, what are you expecting this time?
Frankly speaking, how the temperature is, the election thing is also that hot in Andhra. Everyone knows this in Andhra Pradesh. And as the election time is peak and people are really nervous to know which government is coming into. And whichever the government is, we don't mind whoever is coming into the position or sitting in the seat. But we need a good governance, a good management, and who looks for the future of the country or the state, which is very important actually.
So as Andhra goes to polls on the 13th of May, one thing that we have inferred from the ground is a clear-cut division in the perspective of rural and urban voters. Particularly in this show, you must have seen a resentment perhaps among certain sections of the educated population over the scheme of welfares and also what they call lack of development. But the game in the rural area is completely different. So we'll get you all those ground reports. But for now, thanks for watching. This is Swastika Das signing off with video journalist Venkatesh. Well, apart from the difference in the perspective of rural and urban voters that we got you into that report, in Vijayawada constituency where it's a brother fight, it's a family feud again, I want to also speak about something that's also dominating the discourse here, and that is the 4% minority reservation. Today, Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy, while campaigning in Kurnool, has made it very clear, assuring to the minority community that not only will they ensure the protection of 4% quota to the minority community, but also the fact that the party will protest against CAA, NRC and any other law, as he says, that could dehumanize the minority community. Pretty big statement coming from Jagan Mohan Reddy as someone who has always ensured issue-based support to the central government. But what this strategically means is cornering the TDP. In fact, while its ally, the BJP, remains firm on not allowing or revoking any kind of religion-based quota, the TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu was seen reaching out to the minority community, assuaging their concerns. So was his other partner, Janasena Chief Pawan Kalyan. So let me take this question to Professor Jyotsna. Has this issue put you on a sticky wicket?
Not exactly, I'll tell you why. Because the statement by Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy today, I would call it a hypocritical statement because he was the one who never spoke of the minorities in the last 5 years when there were attacks on minorities, a lot of atrocities happened on minorities. A minority family in fact committed suicide in the state, not a statement by the Chief Minister. A little girl actually committed suicide because of a YSRCP leader, not a statement by the Chief Minister. And also importantly, I'll tell you, the Waqf lands, what we call, those were literally, I think around 30,000 acres or so were literally grabbed on. Not a single statement by the Chief Minister. And today he comes and says, I'm going to be the savior for them. So people are not going to believe all this. And in fact, when you are talking about the, the NRC and CA, they were the one who gave support. They did give support in the parliament for that. For that matter, Jagan Mohan Reddy never ever gave that, priority to that community or probably thought of how they are going to be coming up. So when I say it's a hypocritical statement from him, he never ever spoke of them in the last 5 years.
Fair enough, Professor Jyotsna, but here is the point. The BJP is very firm, whether it is in Telangana or Andhra, in anywhere, any part of the country, that they are against religious-based minorities, any kind of quota. But now, the TDP, you've seen Chandrababu Naidu ji campaign extensively, reach out to the Muslim community because they are a core vote bank for you. But what is your stand on the whole issue?
We have, even Babu Garu has made it very clear with respect to the 4% reservation thing. We are very clear. We said we are here to safeguard their interests. We are here to safeguard that, and we will, in fact, because we are a alliance partner with the BJP in the NDA, so we will definitely have a dialogue with them. And we have been, it's not the first time that we are alliance partners with BJP in NDA, right? Even before this in 2014 or 99, as I said earlier, we have been a partner, and both the times we have safeguarded the interests of the minorities.
But so far there has been no consensus among the allies over this issue?
It's not about consensus. See, we have very categorically said that because that's there, they have been asking it from long, and we have actually supported it that. So we have not deviated from that stand. Now BJP has come up with a statement saying that we are against this particular thing, and we are
Isn't
doing
that going to hurt your prospects?
So definitely not, because people know. I'll tell you what, people know who has done good for them. As you said, Muslim community has been with us since our party's inception. Not today, I should tell you. And they have seen what we have done for them. It's just not about, alliance partners or anybody. For them, Telugu Desam party has done the maximum, benefit when compared to any other party. First thing. Second thing, we have always, whether we were in an alliance with NDA or whatnot, we have always safeguarded the rights of Muslims. We have always done that. Even now, I swear, we are going to be safeguarding their rights. No doubt about that. And we have done it earlier, we'll do it again. So people are clear. The community is very clear on
So
this.
is BJP on board with this?
Yes, definitely they are on board with this. Because we are alliance
You're going to
partners.
protest the removal of 4% quota. Is that what the TDP is?
See, we are going to be, it's the alliance has just formed, and definitely there will be some differences in an alliance, within the alliance partners also. But because we are an alliance, there will be some convincing methodologies for us also, right? So we are not going to be leaving behind any of it, because we have done it earlier. My point is, we have done it earlier with BJP also.
All right.
It's not the first time, right?
Okay, let me just take this across to other women. Please come forward. I request all of you. I want to ask you particularly, as a young voice on the ground, when you see or when you hear the 4% quota issue, Muslim quota being raised, along with the other issues, does it resonate on the ground? Do you think that's going to have an impact?
Yes, it impacts more because Jagan Mohan Reddy and his father, late Chief Minister Dr. Y.S. Rajshekar Reddy, is the only Chief Minister who gave 4% quota for the minorities. And one more thing, now these TDP people, and they are forcing, and they are just proposing fake propaganda that we haven't done anything to the minorities. So if you look into the Chief Minister's cabinet, one of the deputy Chief Minister is from the minority. He is from the Kadapa.
All right,
And
let
one
me
more
get
thing,
in a
even
word from the women
council.
also. You've been feeling very shy and going beyond nothing to fear. I want to know your perspective. How do you see the elections this time?
It's clear about Y.S. Jagan again.
Why so?
He done many things for AP people, and he is clear about the AP future.
Okay.
That's why he will be again in the government. He will again form the government again.
All right. So, divided opinions here clearly, and as you go and travel across the state, you will see further division. One thing that we can gauge from the ground is that it could be anybody's game at this juncture. Meanwhile, let me slip into a short break. On the other side, there is another intense family feud brewing in Kadapa. Do stay tuned with CNN News 18.
Sociologist Salvatore Babones joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Babones, there are those who've come out to call it a WhatsApp University report. There are those who've gone on to downplay the report, raising questions on its authenticity. Where do you stand, sir, on this?
The statistics reported are essentially correct. If you go to the Association of Religious Data Archives, which is a reputable source, these are the numbers. I actually did a recalculation just because I was curious using Indian census data, and the figures are similar. There's a slightly less of a decline of the Hindu proportion in the Indian census data, but it's pretty trivial. There's not much difference in the data. More the issue is why this should be even a topic for debate. Everybody knows that the fertility rate of Muslims in India is higher than the fertility rate of Hindus in India. It's been higher ever since 1950. That's not really any kind of surprise. Now, if you read the report itself, it doesn't make any big deal of that. The report stresses that the fact that India's minority populations have been growing more rapidly than the majority suggests that there's no evidence of majoritarianism in India, but in fact that minorities are well treated in India. Now, that conclusion itself is not really supported by the fact the Muslim population has been growing faster. Let's face it, it all comes down to the fact that Muslim women tend to have more children than Hindu women, and have tended to have more children than Hindu women at least since 1950. Whether you love that, hate that, endorse that, don't endorse that, that's just a fact that Indians have to live with.
Here's the thing, Mr. Babones, it's election season in India, and naturally this has triggered a political war of words as well. One thing wherein we found consensus in the opposition in India, the INDI bloc, as is being pitched against the NDA this election season, is that minorities, the Muslim community, is being treated as second-class citizens in the country. Do you think in that sense this particular report punctures that narrative, or do you think one should refrain from infusing the two?
I don't think, well, the report claims that it weighs in on that narrative, but the fact is it really doesn't. The fact that a minority community is growing does not in any way imply that the minority community is well treated. The way we know that Muslims in India face relatively low levels of discrimination is that we've asked them. We have high-quality survey data about Muslims' own self-reported levels of discrimination in India, and the levels that Muslims self-report in India are low by international standards and are on a par with Hindu-reported, self-reported discrimination, Christian self-reported discrimination. So there's nothing there. Now, what there is in India is extreme social differentiation between Muslims and Hindus. That is, they live residentially in very different places. There are different civil society associations for Muslims and Hindus, and there is a degree.
Welcome back. So now let me take you straight from Vijayawada to battleground Kadapa. It's a legacy war between YS Sharmila and her brother YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, something that even perhaps the late YSR wouldn't even have imagined. But the battle lines drawn in Kadapa is definitely the most interesting and the most watch out for battle as far as the Rayalaseema belt is concerned. My colleague Payal Mehta with this report.
గుర్తుందా అన్న చంద్రబాబు సంతకం కనిపిస్తా ఉందా మా కొంగు చేసి అడుగుతున్నాం న్యాయం చేయండి న్యాయం చేయండి
Battle lines are drawn in the bitter legacy war between YS Sharmila and YS Jagan Mohan Reddy. Something that their late father, YS Rajshekhar Reddy, wouldn't even have imagined. Sharmila is fighting her maiden election while also being Congress's only hope to make inroads into a state where they have been wiped out post-bifurcation.
Ma'am, your first Lok Sabha election, are you excited? Are you feeling nervous? What is the feeling?
I can't say either because I've never imagined that I'll stand for Lok Sabha, and that too from Kadapa. So it's all a surprise to me itself, myself including. I'm just here doing my bit because all of this happened very sudden. Had my brother not decided to field the incumbent MP, Mr. Avinash Reddy, who is the accused in my uncle's murder case, I wouldn't be here doing this right now.
Govinda! Govinda!
As someone who has been instrumental in ensuring her brother's landslide win in the 2019 polls, Sharmila says a lot has changed since then and that the bond between the siblings cannot be fixed.
A lot of brothers and sisters have similar professions. They all have fights. They all come back together. Why is there so much of animosity between your brother and you? What would you want to tell the common man? What really went wrong? Is this injustice done to your father something which actually propped you and told you that you have to withdraw from the party?
No, it is not just one thing. Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, as my brother, was very close to me. We worked together on a lot of things. In fact, I went on a Padayatra for my brother. 3,200 kilometers I walked for him, advocating his cause, promoting him as the leader of YSRCP. And but all this changed once he became the chief minister. Once he became the chief minister, he was a different man. I couldn't recognize him anymore. He was way different in his ideologies, in the way he approached things,
including the way he approached my own uncle's murder case.
ఎడం వైపున నా తమ్ముడు ఉన్నాడు. అవినాష్ ఉన్నాడు. యువకుడు, ఉత్సాహవంతుడు, మంచి చేసే మనసుంది. చాలా తక్కువ మంది ఇంత మంచి మనసుతో కూడా ఉంటారు. మీ చల్లని దీవెనలు, ఆశీస్సులు నా తమ్ముడిపై ఉంచవలసిందిగా సవినయంగా ప్రార్థిస్తా ఉన్నా.
Meanwhile, Jagan has once again thrown his weight behind his cousin Avinash Reddy,
అవినాష్ ఉన్నాడు.
the two-time MP from Kadapa and a controversial figure accused of murdering his uncle Vivekananda Reddy. They say blood is thicker than water. But in Kadapa, politics is thicker than blood. Bureau Report, CNN News 18.
While YS Sharmila remains very confident on her maiden electoral victory as far as Kadapa is concerned, things within her family are not good clearly. We spoke to Sajjala Ramkrishna Reddy, who spills the beans on what exactly the YSRCP thinks of Sharmila's political debut with the Congress, and do they see a big hurt in their prospects? Your government has always maintained a cordial relationship with the central government, the Modi government. Now things have changed. They are fighting against you in alliance with TDP JSP. Yesterday, in fact, the Prime Minister was here and he said that YSRCP has pushed Mafia Raj in the state of Andhra and pushed the state into debt.
Two things here, whatever we have maintained all these days and in future also, that would be government to government relations. It's not a political one. So whether Modi or somebody else, whoever is the Prime Minister, and if you are here in the state as Chief Minister, you will maintain the same level of relationship. As far as the political attack which you have been talking about, yesterday PM has spoken. The same person, the same gentleman, Modi ji, earlier in 2019, he called names Chandrababu Naidu, and he alleged that Chandrababu Polavaram has become like an ATM and highly corrupt this one. Now he is saying, because he is on that platform, he is saying that this government is corrupt. It doesn't have any meaning. It's the only whatever the script that was given by C.B. Chandrababu, it was recited by Modi.
So while welfare schemes are your biggest strength, and on the basis of that is where Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy is going into the elections, the allegation coming in from certain section of the population, as I've spoken to, is that there's not enough job creation, there's not enough industrial development, and the overall capital issue also has come to the fore, saying Amravati was declared as a capital, now you want 3 capital, that has landed into legal hurdles. How would you want to address each of these things?
That Amravati is a marriage and it's not there. You can't see it. It's a virtual this one. If you want to see in reality, it may take another 20-30 years and it may cost 5 lakh crores or 6 lakh crores, whatever it is. For infrastructure itself, you will be needing 1 lakh crores for the infrastructure development for that land which he has taken under land pooling, Chandrababu Naidu during his time. So it's impossible, almost next to impossible, if you want to realize that dream of Amravati. So for all, practically what we should be able to, whatever the city that is available, we should develop. And that is the one city we have is Vijayawada, which can act as a growth
But you
driver.
don't have as capital city, you didn't have one in the last 5 years. Don't you think that's a disadvantage for you? Because of the legal complications?
Till we move, till it is, we are there in Vizag. This, whatever now existing one, this will be continuing as capital of Andhra Pradesh. And once our seat, Chief Minister moves to Vizag, the executive capital works from there, Vizag.
As somebody who is also closely associated with the family, I want to talk about one woman who is out there campaigning on behalf of Congress. That's why Sharmila. Your views on her leading the Congress's front, and she has said that Jagan is a changed man now.
That is a personal this one. We have affection or respect for her as well. as a daughter of Rajశేఖర Reddy garu and as a sister of YS Jagannath Reddy garu.
All right, from Kadapa, we'll be back on the other side to get you supporters from the top voices in the industry rallying behind Pawan Kalyan, who's fighting his big battle from Pittapuram. Stay tuned.
But one of the main issues on which the BJP is hoping to make a difference is the woman card.
This is the first meeting of the opposition India bloc of parties. Definitely a show of strength.
Bhupendra Yadav is making his Lok Sabha electoral debut.
Muralidharan's candidature has rejuvenated the Congress workers and they are confident of retaining this seat.
This election of 2024 is one of the toughest political challenges that the Nath family will face.
A lot of excitement here on ground. We are reporting from Bridge Ki Galiyan.
It's an interesting fight. As usual in Tamil Nadu, the women outnumber the men, but we will focus on the first-time voters.
The assembly elections, the BJP and JDS fought against each other tooth and nail, but today the party workers have to be under one pandal.
Muslim social exclusion in peak bodies in India, in which I think you're much more likely to see Hindu than Muslim names involved in those bodies. But social exclusion is not the same as discrimination. Luckily, India does not have the same kinds of serious problems that, for example, the United States has had with regard to race over the last 50 years. And India is in a much better position to solve its problems. So I'm very hopeful for India. I only wish that Indians would not politicize these issues that really aren't political.
Okay. Would you then say the BJP drawing in a comparison, talking about the 50 years of Congress rule and what they've done to us, quote unquote, what they've done to us, being said by many BJP leaders in that sense is unfair to bring in, because several in the Congress have come out to rebut and they say that this is really not about the Muslim population, the number per se, and that really doesn't tell the complete picture. What actually talks about the complete picture is the literacy level in the Muslim population and the kind of progress that the community has made.
Let's face it, there's mendacity on both sides in politics, and that's true in India as in every other country. The fact is, contra the BJP narrative, that the Congress inherited a higher level of fertility, and you can turn it around and say, first you can turn around and say Muslim fertility rates have fallen faster under Congress governments than they have under the BJP. That would also be true. But second, you could say, why does this matter? I mean, people make fertility decisions based on their preferences for their own families, not as some kind of population war of one community versus the other. And if Muslim families prefer to have larger families, while Hindu families prefer to have smaller ones, and let's remember, Christian families have even smaller families on average than Hindu families, that's a personal choice that people make. And it's something that as a country, India is simply going to have to accept. You can't tell people based on their religious affiliation how many children they're allowed to have.
Where do you think this particular commentary then is coming into play, wherein, all of these politicians today are citing the figures that have been picked up by other countries, in this part of the world, wherein the Hindu population has grown in comparison to India?
I'm not sure which countries you're referring to. Do you mean in Nepal and United States, or what countries are you referring to?
No, sir, given this report clearly has gone on to name a couple of other countries in this part of the world. We're talking about Nepal, adjoining countries, wherein the Hindu population, if not by a bigger margin, has significantly increased. So the question that also is being asked to the Congress party by the BJP here is, why not in India?
Because Hindus have chosen how many children they want to have. I mean, implicit in that question is the idea that there's a population war going on in India between communities, or in Nepal, or in Bangladesh, or in Pakistan. And the simple fact is that's not true. The people simply don't have children because they want people of their religion to predominate. People have children because they love their children. And that's true of parents of every community. They have children because they want to have children. Now, if statistically Muslims on average want larger families than Hindus have, then inevitably the Muslim population as a percentage of the population will grow. That's not a policy failure. That's a decision by people that they want to have children. To the extent that Hindus feel that they're involved in some kind of population war, well...
All right, Pawan Kalyan's big battle in Pittapuram is going to be a decisive factor, not just for Neta Pawan Kalyan, who's fighting these elections in alliance with TDP and BJP and has been instrumental in bringing TDP and BJP on board, but it's also going to decide his political future. Alright, so Pawan Kalyan, as I was telling you about, is gearing up for his maiden elections in Pittapuram, but he had unsuccessfully contested in 2019 from Gajuwaka and Bhimavaram. But now Pawan Kalyan seems determined about his victory, and so are his industry colleagues. After Chiranjeevi, his elder brother, blessing him with 5 crore cash and also a video message, now you have superstar Allu Arjun, stylish star as he's called, wishing Pawan Kalyan for his victory. And the entire industry, in fact, has expressed its solidarity with Pawan Kalyan for him, as it is a do-or-die battle as far as political future is concerned. Remember, Pawan Kalyan, as I mentioned, has been delivering, belting out one blockbuster after the other. But as far as his electoral success is concerned, a lot is riding as far as the Janasena party chief is concerned. 2019, he ran unsuccessfully from 2 constituencies. This time around, from Pittapuram, he is extremely confident of winning. In fact, Pawan Kalyan is also instrumental for the alliance to consolidate the Kapu voters. But while that is all the update that we've got you from the state of Andhra Pradesh, let's not forget, Telangana also goes to polls on the 13th of May. And my managing editor, CNN News 18's managing editor, Zaka Jacob, caught up exclusively with Asaduddin Owaisi, who has a sharp retort to Navneet Rana's comments. Listen in.
Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. First things first, this election campaign seems to be dominated by issues that don't seem really to matter to people, about minority quota and Mangal Sutra and so on and so forth. Are these issues that are having resonance in your constituency, in your state?
Well, all these things have been uttered by the Prime Minister of our country and by Mr. Amit Shah, followed by the BJP leaders. Because they are not talking about Chandrayaan 3 anymore. They're not talking about 5 trillion economy. They're not talking about permanent seat in Security Council, Vikshit Bharat, Look East policy. So everything is out of the, has been thrown out, and they have come back on the original agenda. That is to communalize, create hatred for Muslims, make Muslims as the monster, and try to get as many votes as they can.
But their contention is that, particularly in Telangana and in Karnataka, some of the quota, SC, ST, OBC quota has been taken away and given to Muslims.
As far as Andhra Pradesh and Telangana is concerned, the reservation is being given to the caste among the Muslims. It's not given on the basis of religion. And this report was made by eminent anthropologist called Mr. Late P.S. Krishnan, who was very much instrumental in the Mandal Commission report. And the Supreme Court had given a stay on it. So number one, it is not being given on the basis of religion. Secondly, it is not being given by snatching someone else's right or their share. It's given under category E. So BJP wants to create this atmosphere of communal hatred, and to show Muslims as a bigger problem for this country, and thereby they feel that they can mobilize majority community votes, but that is not going to happen in Telangana as such.
But in the on the other side, Rahul Gandhi is saying wealth redistribution, जिसका 50% का आबादी होगा, उनका मतलब उनको दे देंगे, कहीं से छीन लेंगे, उनको दे देंगे. I mean, is this good for the country where you're talking about wealth redistribution?
I cannot speak for any Congress party leader. It is for the Congress party, and I'm sure they have more people to answer your question. But what I know is that there's Article 39 of the Constitution of India, which talks about redistribution of nation's wealth, 39A, B and C. Unfortunately, Mr. Modi has forgotten Article 39A. What I also know is that 1% of the country has 40% of nation's wealth. 5% have 60% of nation's wealth. Is that good for our country? And the country has to decide now.
Now, talking about Telangana specifically, last time, like I said in my opening intro, that BRS had the bulk of the MPs. They had 9 MPs. Congress had 3, BJP had 4. This time, the reading seems to be that BRS has no skin in the game. Therefore, their vote will collapse. Many of those BRS voters will vote for the BJP. As a result, BJP may increase its tally in your state.
See, I'm busy in my constituency campaigning over here, and in Kishanganj, I went to Bihar, in Aurangabad, I came back yesterday. Our party has taken a stand that vote for MIM candidate in Hyderabad, and the remaining 16 Lok Sabha seats, please defeat BJP. That is what our stand is. Last time in assembly election, we had openly supported BRS. This time around, we are not supporting any political party.
Why? Why is that? Why have you changed that stand?
That is our strategy. And so we hope that people would defeat BJP in the remaining 16 parliament segments of Telangana. And our party cadre also are working on the ground to defeat the BJP.
Now, let me ask you that, because the Congress is saying India Alliance does not want you, you're not part of the India Alliance, then why are you saying that vote for whoever, including Congress, to defeat the BJP?
The question is that if they don't want us, I cannot, my life is not going to end. My world is not going to finish. The skies are not going to fall on me. Who cares? But I have to run my party. The nation's interest is also very important to me. And people have realized that in last 10 years, what Mr. Narendra Modi's government has done, whether it is mob lynching, whether it is hate speeches in the form of Dharam Sansads, laws which are being passed on the basis of religion, CAA, Triple Talaq, which has become a huge problem for Muslim women, and the future BJP can change the constitution or remove the constitution. They can repeal the Places of Worship Act. So they can even repeal the Central Waqf Act. All these things are in front of us. And accordingly, we have to, take a decision to ensure that BJP is defeated.
No, so it is your view, it is your message to your cadre and your voters that, let's say in constituency A, Congress candidate is best placed to defeat the BJP candidate, then vote for Congress candidate.
See, do not underestimate the wisdom of a common voter. He might be poor, he might not be as educated as you are, but when it comes to exercise right to vote, he knows how to and when to defeat BJP. Let us leave it to the wisdom of that voter. You are trying to put an example in front of me and trying to make me answer what you want, but I will not do that. Let us leave it. Let us leave it to the wisdom of the people, and be rest assured that the vote will go against BJP.
One other thing, and you referred to this in the earlier part of the conversation as well, that Prime Minister has been polarizing the rhetoric. It's also people who have come here from other states of the BJP. Yesterday, I believe an independent MP who's joined the BJP came here and said to your brother, by taking his name specifically, that 15 seconds de do, dikha denge kaun hai aur kaun nahi hai.
So I'm telling you on record, Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister. You are in power in so many states. You have all the resources at your hand. Let the Prime Minister give them 1 hour. Whatever they want to do it, please do it. You want to make us like Jews in Germany, please do it. You want to take us to gas chambers, please do it. You want to throw, put us in prison, please do it. But tell us the place and time, we'll come. I'll tell all the people to join, we'll come and you want 1 hour, we'll stand, do it, whatever you want. Why 15 seconds? We'll give you 1 hour. But at least tell the time and place will come.
No, but this rhetoric does not worry you.
No. See, I am telling them, you won't do it now. Please tell us the time and the place will come. I'll come. I'll come with my family, if not with the people. Do it.
No, but this rhetoric does not worry you.
No. If it satisfies their sadistic, if it gives them sadistic pleasure, okay, do it. We are willing to die. What is it that you want to do? Why 15 seconds? Take 1 hour, 15 hours. Where is this sabka saath, sabka vikas? What is the Election Commission of India doing? What is the local police doing? Nothing is happening. I mean, where is the model code of conduct?
All right, and before I catch my bus, because it's time to get you to the other location tomorrow, we're leaving you with this exclusive conversation with Managing Editor of CNN News 18, Zaka Jacob, and BRS Working President, K.T. Rama Rao, who remains very confident that the Assembly loss will not spill over the Lok Sabha results. With that, it's a goodbye from my side.
The perception by both Congress and BJP as far as this Lok Sabha election is concerned is it's a two-way fight between the two of them, that your party does not have skin in the game.
Well, it's convenient for them to believe so because, if you look back at history, in 2005, our party had won 5 Lok Sabha seats. In 2014, we had won about 11. In 2019, we had won about 9. And this time around, we are hoping to better that tally and probably get our biggest ever because of 2 reasons. One, as far as political parties go, of course, I would like to believe that I'm in the fray and I'm in the running and I'm going to win. But from people's perspective, if you think for a minute, I think both these parties, the national parties, both Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress, have been a big letdown. And unfortunately, this sense of entitlement कि अगर आपको नहीं वोट दे रहे हैं तो मुझे दे देंगे, कोई तीसरा है ही नहीं, ये गलत है. क्योंकि अगर आप तेलंगाना का ही एक मिनट के लिए सोचेंगे तो होता ये है यहाँ पे कि 5 महीने पहले यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट आई कांग्रेस की, which has been a disaster in terms of delivery because they promised the moon to the people of Telangana in the last 100 days. They gave guarantee card saying 100 दिन में हर चीज कर देंगे. पर when your expectations basically are aligned incorrectly and when there is a big letdown, people's anger and resentment will follow. Likewise with BJP, no matter what they would like to believe, the last 10 years, all that the BJP gave to Telangana is zero, zilch. So there is not a single issue that the BJP can mention towards, seeking a vote for them. In fact, if you ask me, the only thing that they keep referring to is the rhetoric that they come up with across India is Ram Mandir, which is not going to cut much ice here in Telangana.
You don't think Ram Mandir is an issue in Telangana?
Well, Ram Mandir is an issue, but you have to remember there's a bigger, temple which is being built by our leader KCR right here in Yadadri. And you have to also remember one thing, the issue of Mandir and, other important issues such as, inflation, such as unemployment that BJP of course does not want to talk about are on the top of the minds of people. Especially when it comes to Telangana, the BJP made numerous promises as part of the AP Reorganization Act While Mandir may be an issue for them, Mandir may be the only issue for them. For people, I think they have more issues.
But they're also making an issue about this whole business about quotas, Muslim quotas, and specifically in reference to Telangana, Karnataka, where there is this 4% Muslim quota. Right from the Prime Minister downwards, they're saying if Congress comes to power, India Alliance comes to power, they will take away that 4%. They'll take away more from SC/ST, OBC and give it to Muslims.
Isn't that a very desperate ploy? The point is, if after 10 years of being in government, the Prime Minister has nothing to fall back on other than, saying vote jihad and talk about one community and how they have more children, allegedly, and how this reservation is become an issue. It basically shows that they're intellectually bankrupt and politically bankrupt, and they're bereft of any achievements, and therefore they have to fall back on primordial emotions of people, or rather provoking and invoking the primordial emotions. My simple point is, Zaka, that end of the day in Telangana or in a lot of other states as well, what will hurt the BJP is this perception that they have been a non-performing government as far as their state is concerned. Not a single educational institution has been sanctioned to Telangana, neither a Navodaya school, nor a medical college, nor a nursing college, not even a single Indian Institute of Management or an Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, despite our numerous appeals. So Telangana can see through their game plan, and I'm pretty confident that this time around they'll lose the 4 seats they had.
I'll come to this whole budget allocation, and because the centre claims something else. But before that, specifically in the context of Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, because the PM keeps repeating this, and today I believe the Andhra Chief Minister has also said that if he's brought back to power, that 4% quota will remain intact. No one can take away that 4% quota. I believe the Telangana Chief Minister has said that as well a few days ago. You were also in power for 10 years. Was this not an issue that, why are you giving quotas on the basis of religion? Because
firstly,
anti-constitutional.
The Prime Minister needs to learn a few basic things. Unfortunate that he's the Prime Minister and he doesn't know what he's talking about. These reservations are based on socio-economic conditions. They are not based on religion. So the man needs to learn basics before he starts stoking fears and before he starts stoking primordial emotions. Let him get his, rhetoric right, let him get his facts right. The Prime Minister of this country cannot be lying through his teeth like this, which is absolutely unfair and disgraceful, if you ask me. These are reservations based on socio-economic conditions of a particular set of people and backed by legislature. So they cannot be removed.
I do want to ask you about another issue that is relevant in this state, the issue of corruption. Your sister is in jail in the Liquorgate scandal, allegedly. They are saying that this is an open and shut case of corruption.
Well, 2 years it has been open and shut case of corruption. I can give you numerous instances where Ajit Pawar was supposed to be checky fishing, and now he's in the pocket of Narendra Modi, so he gets a clean sheet. There are 25 other people in India who are apparently very, very, hardcore corrupt people when they are outside of BJP, and when they align with BJP, they become clean all of a sudden. The case on liquor policy of Delhi, the excise policy of Delhi, is basically a fabricated one. There's not a single rupee of recovery. And the funny part is, all these people that have been put behind bars, they're still under trial. But I think BJP wants to make it a trial through media and convict people and hang them, if need be, much before the courts actually pronounce any kind of verdict. Fact is, there's single paisa ka bhi recovery nahi hua hai, और किसी को किसी ने अभी तक दोषी प्रूव नहीं किया है. तो जब तक कुछ नहीं स्थापित होता, कुछ नहीं हो सकता. तीसरी बात, Narendra Modi is the most inept, most corrupt and most inefficient Prime Minister of independent India. The reason why I say this is because if excise policy of Government of India can be challenged, so can Prime Minister Narendra Modi's airport policy, which was basically tweaked to commit undue favors, to deliver undue favors to Adani. So is the case with coal import policy of Government of India, which was again tweaked, and all the state governments were twisted into importing coal which cost thrice or 4 times more, just to suit Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani. So if there is anybody who's corrupt, more corrupt than Modi, please name them. I will talk to you.
This is CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
South India battle has become spiced up this 2024 general elections because of the BJP's 400 par pitch, particularly in a state like Telangana where they would hope to make a lot of gains. Now, in the last state elections, the BJP doubled its vote share and won as many as 8 MLA seats. They would hope in these national elections they take their 20% vote share even higher and double their seats from 4 to 8. For the BJP, factors like Narendra Modi's popularity, his work, his image at the national level, even Ayodhya, Ram Mandir are issues here. But what is also a concerning issue for them is the heightened rhetoric against Muslims, particularly the rhetoric about cancelling Muslim reservations for a state like Telangana. The otherwise stale battle for the Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency has become extremely exciting this time because Asaduddin Owaisi, the multiple time sitting MP and the family that has been the chosen family of Hyderabad for 40 years is being challenged by a new comer of sorts in Madhvi Lata of the